And I'm not looking to start a new life somewhere. I'm not happy where I am. I'm not hating my job. I'm not trying to quit the 9 to 5 and be a videographer or a drone pilot. This is it. This is me, Life of George, signing off for 2021. All done? Yeah, good. Buenos dias a todos. It is the 31st of December, last day of 2021. We are here on Tenerife Island and we are going to spend today diving. Woohoo! Can't think of a better way to end the year than to spend it in the warm sun diving on the islands of Spain. So we have just made it now to the south side of the island. It was about an hour drive from where we are at Puerto de la Cruz, and I am diving with big fish today. You know, lucky that we're open for the last day of the year, and yeah, super excited to get back in the water because I have not dived in a while. Trekking in the snows was good, but this definitely beats that any day. Oh my god, it is so nice to be out in the wind, in the warm sun, next to the beach. Exactly what I needed after a long hike. And we are back from a cold ass dive. That was a 20-degree dive. Oh my gosh, no matter where I go, it is always so cold everywhere. But definitely feels good to be back in the water. You know, I wasn't expecting it to be as amazing as Indonesia or Komodo or anything like that. You know, still a bit of life down there. Obviously too cold for any corals. I think we are in the Atlantic Ocean, so definitely different to being in the Pacific Ocean. Something different. You know, just a lot of rocky landscapes. Pretty cool seeing a lot of the rays in the beginning. You know, wish they came a little bit closer and hung around for a little bit longer. But yeah, a bit of different sea life, different fish to what I'm usually seeing. So now we're just going back. Got a second dive. I don't know when, but yeah, we're doing 2 dives today, so got a bit of time to kind of you know, warm up again a little bit. Hopefully get off. Get out of this sweatsuit, dry up a little bit, have something to eat because I haven't had breakfast yet, and then yeah, we'll head back into the water a little later on.
And by this boat we need to jump to rolling back, okay? Like this. Oh. Okay? We follow the wall, okay? We stay different level, okay?
Second dive spot here. Check out this landscape. Ooh, right at the bottom of this cliff ledge. Sick. And we are now back on dry land, nice and warm in my long sleeve, even though it is like 24, 25 degrees today. I started shivering on that boat, just a little bit windy and a little bit cold in the wetsuit. I'm sure it wasn't all that cold, but I think age is just getting to me. Everything just feels cold and feels uncomfortable when I'm wet. If I'm on the snow, it just feels cold again, and nothing just beats being warm and dry and comfortable these days. You know, I used to love having like the salty hair and just like being damp and wet from diving and on the island, and you know, being tired and dirty from treks, and used to live and breathe it all and love it every single day of my travels. But now, yeah, I think I'm just getting older and I just like to be a little bit more comfortable, be in a bit more nicer places, and not so you know, uncomfortable every single day doing activities left, right and center and being non-stop and being tired all the time. So yeah, definitely feel that little switch in the travel, in the feel, but yeah, that's just the way it goes. So that's why when you're a little bit younger and you could do all that, you're just gonna make the most of it, because you're gonna get old like me, you're gonna get to my age, and you're just not gonna be able to do it as good as you used to. Last day of the year, last sunset of 2021. Wow, what a year it has been. I wasn't gonna do one of these reflection type of things, but yeah, just had a late lunch and I was just sitting there and I just thought through the whole year, and yeah, it'd be a shame not to reflect back on it. It's always good to reflect and see where you are versus where you thought you'd be at the end or beginning of the year. So yeah, here it goes. So if there was one word that I'd have to say which summarizes how, you know, how I'm feeling right now and how this year is gonna end, I'd have to say gratitude. You know, traveling to all these places around the world, you know, I do feel very fortunate to live in Sydney with, you know, my family and friends and loved ones and everything like that. And how lucky we are to even have spent the last year or 2 years during this whole pandemic thing in Sydney. You know, other places around the world have been heavily affected by it. Sydney, New South Wales in general, we've managed to find a way to really mitigate it, and everyone's kind of come together to really reduce the effects of COVID. And yeah, just even this last year, I wouldn't say it was a worse year for me personally. You know, I do feel very lucky to live in Sydney. I moved out to the beaches for over a year now. End of 2019 I made the move, and yeah, it's just been the best place to live. Just so close to the rock pools, the beach, even during winter, during the lockdown, going to the beach every weekend. Yeah, just you can't beat it. In terms of my career, you know, really happy with where I am. I've worked really hard to get to where I am now. Still have a fair way to go, still have a lot of goals I want to strive for, and you know, positions I want to reach and everything like that. I'm not, you know, at the peak of where I want to be, so even if I'm happy with where I am, you know, still got a long way to go and still a lot of hard work to put in, which, you know, I still have it in me. I still know I could put in a lot more, and yeah, I'm excited for it. You know, construction is a big game in Sydney and every project excites me. Over the last year as well, in 2021, new COVID hobbies, that is a new aquarium, and getting into all the triathlon training. Really happy that I picked those up. Don't know if I would have taken it as far as I have if it wasn't for COVID. So those are two kind of good things that I found that COVID's kind of incidentally brought in my life, you could say. You know, it's just really nice to have an aquarium in my house. Like, you know, I love scuba diving, I love sea life, and it's just really nice to have a piece of that and to see it every day. You know, anemones and clownfishes are one of my favorite things in the ocean. Apart from turtles, if I could keep a little turtle in my fish tank, you know, I would. And yeah, I do have an end goal. I really want a big aquarium when I find my own place, and yeah, to be one of those nerds, you know, keeping an aquarium and talking about my fish and everything like that. With the triathlon training, hasn't been easy, hasn't been cheap either, very expensive hobby, but I'm glad I've got into it. With the gyms closed during the year, obviously couldn't lift weights. I've been lifting weights for 10 years now, and it's kind of been the same thing year in, year out, but it's very refreshing, I would say, to get into triathlon, to learn how to run long distance, to learn how to cycle long distance, even learn how to swim properly. That was probably one of my weak points. Love diving, love snorkeling, but you know, freestyle and doing laps and everything like that. I've got a long way to go, but I've got some big goals in 2022 in terms of triathlon, so training is going to be a key thing for next year. I also have one of the most beautiful and patient girls in my life, and that's Scissor-chan. We've just been there for each other a lot more in the last year or two. I've known her for 4 years now, and yeah, she's moved into Bondi with me as well, so we'll definitely be seeing each other a lot more in the next year. So, but it's been good in the last month. It was only really a couple of weeks she moved in before I left. Now, I've been really lucky and fortunate to have someone like that in my life. She supports me in every decision that I make, even when the borders opened up and I wanted to go away on holidays, even if she knew she couldn't go. Like, we didn't fight about it, no, nothing. She's just like, yep, I know you need to go, and basically just said, what's my plans, where am I gonna go? So Shizu, I'm sorry I couldn't be with you during Christmas and New Year's this year, but I promise every Christmas and New Year moving forward, whether we're at home in Sydney or you could take a bit of time off and go overseas, we will spend it together. So yeah, looking forward to 2022. Apart from travel opening up again, which is really good. You know, I've started to really get used to the routine at home, you could say. You know, like I said earlier, it's nice to get out of your comfort zone, go climb the highest peak and blistering winds and go diving in the ocean and things like that. But I don't know if it's age or something like that, but I've just really gotten used to and comfortable with my routine at home. You know, go to work, you know, earn my money, get home, exercise, spend the weekends with Shizu at the beach, go out for brunch, you know, have a coffee, all the nice stuff in Sydney that you do. And yeah, I think in 2020 when I came back from my long-term trip when COVID hit, my goal was to establish that 2020 was a year of establishing myself back in Sydney. And then since the pandemic continued in 2021, I said that year was all about discover my own backyard, since we're not going anywhere, you know, discover a little bit more about myself and things like that. But now I think this year, 2022, will be to invest. You know, to invest in the relationships that I have, to invest more in, you know, the things that I already have. You know, I'm not trying to find myself anymore. I'm not trying to discover myself and find new hobbies. And you know, I'm pretty well established already. You know, I'm not looking to start a new life somewhere. I'm not happy where I am. I'm not hating my job. I'm not trying to quit the 9-to-5 and be a videographer or a drone pilot or, you know, scuba dive instructor and all the things I was thinking about in the last couple of years. Yeah, I'm very content with where I am. I'm very happy with all the hard work and sacrifices I've made to get myself to this point, and to build the life I have in Sydney. So I think 2022 would really be to make use of that hard work and to invest in it and to grow it, and to focus on growing it for the next year. So yeah, I think that is going to be what my 2022 is going to be like. So yeah, there you go. That's my little reflection in the Canary Islands on the last day of the year as the sun is setting. So you know, wishing everyone Happy New Year, Feliz Año Nuevo. I hope everyone had an amazing 2021 and wishing everyone an even better 2022. So yeah, one last drone flight, show you guys this beautiful side of Tenerife. But this is it. This is me, Life of George, signing off for 2021.